Well, hello guys, welcome to episode 14 of Gottne Till I Die. This is a save where we are taking the tiny club in Sweden, Gottne IF, which we started our Journeyman save with, and are seeing how well we can do with them in Swedish football. We are now up, so they start the game in the fourth tier of Swedish football, the First Division Norrland, and we are now up in the First Division Elite League, which is the second tier of football in Sweden, and we are just starting a new season. So we finished last season 1 place above the drop zone and 3 points ahead of the team below us, and it's got more and more interesting. What we realised we had to do was from last season, and you'll see there are a lot of new faces in here from last season. You will see I've given the game away here. Transfers, we'll go there so you can't see anything. Yeah, from last season we had a few difficulties in terms of having very little quality down the wings and probably having very little quality through the team. We're also a semi-pro side in amongst a league full of pros, so it's been really difficult last season, but we managed to do just about enough to stay up. Interestingly, we broke our attendance record, about 470 average attendance, which is fantastic considering when we started our first season we had about 200 or so people averaging, so we've doubled our attendances in that time, which is great. I think we really want to be up there around the 1,000 mark, though. That would be very, very good. So today we are starting out our new season, and I want to go through the transfers, and then we play our first game of the season against Sandvikens away from home in the Elite League. I think they got promoted last season. We'll just have a little look at where we stand in the Elite League in terms of player quality. Season preview. Yeah, no players in the. That's not us, is it? No, I can't remember who I bloody got. To be fair, it's. Do we have anyone in this? Apparently everyone has someone. So yeah, we've got a couple of players in this, and we'll introduce you to who these are. So we're still predicted to come 14th, which is better than last time, and we are closer. Looking how close that league is, it's absolutely ridiculous. Lillea, who came up, are likely to go down, and Sandvikens are definitely a team that we've got to be beating. So this is an important game, and it's the first game of the season, relegation decider. So let's have a little meet and greet of the players that we've brought in. So first of all, I want to show you who's gone out, because it has been a pretty tumultuous time in the club. There was a lot of players who were not good enough. They were good enough before, but not anymore. And so we've had to swallow our sort of sentimentality, and we've had to get rid of a lot of players who were mainstays for a period. And you'll see some household names to the Gottne fans who have left the club. Bolly, you knew was going, he retired. Alexander Kiefer was one who has left. The centre-back, he was getting better. Sorry if you can hear my dog crying out the window. Emil Berger, who is a central midfielder, he was angry, he didn't want to stay. I might have kept him around, but yeah, he was... Sebastian, the right back, I mean, he's not that good, is he? He's got some okay traits in there, but... yeah, when you see what we've brought in, it's definitely an improvement. Rami Mansur, I'm sorry to say, has gone. He has left the club. Absolute disaster. And I ummed and ahed over this one about keeping him in the squad, but I didn't think he would get any games, so I decided not to. Husni, he only stayed here for a season. He promised a lot, delivered very little, so he has left. Mesasudi, another player who has done great for the club. He could have stuck around. He was a decent player, but we are trying to move onwards and upwards. The big name here, though, Johan Thielen, I could have kept him around. I really could. Club captain, has moved on, and I hope he finds another club. It was a hard one, that one, but he just didn't get enough games last season. He wanted to get games, so hopefully he can join his brother. I can't remember where it was. Join his brother somewhere, and they can kind of finish off their careers together. So those are the players who've gone out. Bit sad. But let's have a look at the players that we bought in. This has been an absolute revelation of a transfer window. It's been every single position I wanted, apart from a left midfielder I have got. It's been utterly brilliant, and we haven't gone mad either. So Johannes Erkan is the first one in, and look at the quote. We've just looked at Jonas Thielen, and look at what we got here. Look how good he is. I mean, he's got some poor stats mentally, but everywhere you'd want, and he's a defender with pace, which is pretty good. But look at that. Jumping reach of 11, heading of 14, that's good. Marking of 15, tackling of 14, could ask for no more there. His decision making is 14, which is good. He's got a decent enough concentration, which is great, and decent leader on the pitch as well. Composure and bravery might be a bit of a problem, but beyond that, absolutely happy with that. Good start, centre back in. Then we've got Safstrom, who is a 3-star player, potential 4.5-star player. He looks a bit good, doesn't he? He is physically very, very strong. He's got good technical abilities where you would need them for a wing back. He can also play further up the pitch. He can cross the ball, so really happy with having him in. So he can offer a bit of support on that left side, and we may well be playing him there. Sjoberg, and please to explain how to tell me how to say this. It's not how it's not Sjoberg. I can't remember. This guy at Southampton who's got the same name. I can't remember how to pronounce it. He's come in on the other side, on the right side. He's more of a defensive player, very, very fit, but he's fast. But he's got some good, reasonable stats. His composure is okay, anticipation's good, passing, marking, tackling, all good for a fullback. He's got okay crossing, but that's not his primary role in this team. And you'll see the tactics change to sort of fit this in. This guy is an utter beast. Viljanin, 4.5-star player. He's got potential ability of potentially 5. Just look at him. Absolutely fantastic. He is going to destroy teams with his power. There's nothing in there in any way you'd want it below a 9. It's really, well, actually you've got an 8 on composure and a 7 on aggression, but I'm really quite happy with that. Looks very, very good, and we'll see what he does. We're playing him in his defensive midfielder role, so that's good. Tanska, another 4.5-star player. Look at this, just keep coming. Physically, obscenely good. Fast, semi-strong. Can go all day. He's got a bit of height on him as well, which is pretty good. But he can cross the ball with a decent first touch, and he can pass it. So absolutely fantastic. He's had a little bit of an injury, so he's maybe a little bit further back. Vile Schlobem, 4-star player, goalkeeper. He doesn't have agility, and after watching Old Lady Plays his video, that is one downside. So agility is apparently a very important thing to have in your goalkeeper, and he doesn't really have that, but he has a lot of the other things, and he kicks Van Leet out the side. So then we've also got Kevin Jarrett, who offers a little bit more on left, right, up front. He's a bit of a sort of everyman. Looks pretty damn good in my book. He's fast. He's got decent composure stats, determination of 12, flair of 15. He's going to be very good. He can dribble, he can finish, and he's got good first touch. I'm really happy with that. Passing and technique could do with working on a little bit, but he's going to be someone who we can bring in various different roles and who'll do well. So yeah, he's kind of Mr. Backup everywhere. And then finally we've got another striker in, and this guy looks like a real striker. 4.5-star striker, dribbling of 14. His finishing is not quite as good as the rest of him, but he's got good heading. His jumping reach is tiny, but if he heads it, it's going in the back of the net. And he's fast, and he's got good technique. He's just looks very, very good. So we'll be playing him as an advanced forward. He played in Iceland, scored a bunch of goals. And Hand Natal Coppervogs is where he was playing last time. Easy for you to say. So in terms of the tactics, this is what it looks like. So finally we've actually got some width. Tanaska will be playing on the right. We're playing with Badkey on the left. we've got this sort of defensive midfielder role on defend. Viljanen will come in there. Hagman is maybe not the first choice, but if you remember, Feike got himself sent off last season, so he'll be coming back in here. We're playing an advanced forward and a poacher next to each other with Sigurd Palsson and Hasanbegovic teaming up there, but we've also got Traore to come on, and I've got a flat back four and a sort of standard goalkeeper. So all in all, really happy with that. As you can see, we're focusing down the right side because we've got Tanska there. We're playing with a high tempo. We're putting the ball to the defenders, and we'll try and sort of move it out from defence. We push the defensive line up a little bit, and the line of engagement up a little bit, and hopefully all this together will work. Yeah, we're going to play our game now, so let's move on to the match and see what we can do. So we're playing Sandvikens, and we'll see. They are favourites, actually. We're third in the league because we haven't played. Yeah, it's very few. I suppose everyone's got starts with an I, don't they? They're all these kind of weird. I don't know what the I stands for. Anyone in the comments, what's the I stand for in all these teams? I imagine it's football club, but what that I stands for, who knows? Who knows? But I would like to know, so please tell me. Already picked the team. That's the team we're going with. We've got a lot of 4 and 5-star players. In terms of the rest of the league, we're still not as good as we could be, but we are so much better than we were. As you can see, we're not the worst team in the league, which is great. We're going to have to work hard again to do well here, but I'm feeling much better about this than I was last season, where I thought it was going to be a real struggle. I think we've moved on significantly, and we're within the wage budget, well within the wage budget with the players we've got. So that's good. We have had to increase the wages, but we've increased the wage budget. I don't quite know how that's going to work in terms of the player in terms of finances as a whole. Hopefully we can get someone in or have a bit of a cup run, play one of the better teams in the cup. Right, let's we're warming up, so hopefully we'll actually get into the match fairly soon. And 6 years later, eventually the computer decided to wake up, and then the players warmed up on the football pitch. I don't believe it. What the hell are you doing, computer? Computer Jones. Listen to me, computer. Oh, come on. For feck's sake. Boom, boom, boom. They say, whale, whale, whale. Right then, so it looks like my computer's very much due a shutdown, restart, something like that. This is the team that we're going up against. They have a more standard formation, so we'll see how this sort of weird midfield tick formation works. Right, we'll get the old Faith out. I think start off with a bit of Faith. Interesting comments about team talks from Old Lady Plays, sort of difference between happy and motivated. Good to get the players motivated. We've got 3 motivated and some who are listening keenly. So that's good. Right then, let's see what we do here. I don't know what to expect really, but we'll kick them off them. We'll start with a demand more. Erkan outside to Tanska. This is exactly what we told him to do. Play down that right side. Now, is Tanska capable of beating his man? Ball in and ball out. Shake it all about. Vreeberg. Well, that's not the best ball. Into Hagman. We've got it back. Recycling our defensive midfielder here. Tanska. He gets the ball back again. We're already seeing the advantage of having a player like that, although when he plays balls of that quality, then we're in a lot of trouble. Hasanbegovic, and he finds the back of the net. That's what we get with Mr. Hasanbegovic. He will never leave. Surely he'll never leave. All the other guys have gone, but he's still doing it at this level. Could he do it at the top level? Probably not, but I don't think we'll be there anytime soon. We need to go pro, I think, before we can even think about that. I'll be interested to see how Sigurd Palsson does up next to him. If he's really good, hopefully we can take him with us when we go to Iceland. That would be nice. Oh, we're not going to Iceland. Christ, I keep forgetting. This is the wrong save. Yeah, the Journeyman save. Who knows when we'll end up going to Iceland. But we have taken the lead, and we are looking pretty damn good against what is one of the poorer sides in the league on paper. So a few goals going in. Valberg's boys, I can't remember which way they've come, up or down. Viljennen over the top. Who was that? I don't know who that was. Someone having a shot. Well, decent first half, 1-0 up. No need to panic about anything. If we can get an early... Let's not hit that praise button too soon. Come on. Now get them out. Make a challenge, lad. Hello, darling. Over the top. Right, praise him. So I'm hoping defensively we will be infinitely stronger than we were, because 3 of those defenders, I mean, you look through the team, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players who are new to the team are starting today. We got a lot of them in early, and that's fairly important. So they have played a lot of pre-season games together, which I think is very, very important. So Tanska, he's going to come off. We're going to bring on Kevin Jarrett, who's good, and Carsten Begovic will come off, and we'll bring on Mai Traore next to Sigurd Palsson and see how those two do. Can we... They are starting to get some more chances, but Badkey beat his man there. He's running down this left side. He's one of the people who we didn't replace. I should have done maybe, and well, great run, but the shot in the end was pretty terrible. Safstrom into, oh wow, the man we brought in to make those challenges has lost the ball. Espoli, and the ball's all the way on this right side in the... Oh, that's awful. That is awful. Come on, mate. You should be tackling him. Who is that? Ugh. It's no longer a 4-5-1. I've just been altering the 4-5-1 formation to kind of get to this point, as is my way. Oh, that's disappointing. I don't really want to lose. Well, I certainly don't want to lose this, but certainly when you've played that well, I don't want to... Oh, Stark. It's Iron Man in goal. Sigurd Palsson into his man. So Hagman, ball into Badkey is just wide. I mean, he's had a couple of chances himself, Mr. Badkey. I mean, looking at the stats, actually, it's probably quite an even game. But there's a last chance. Hagman plays it all across the pitch. Always worries me when people play it across the pitch. Badkey, and somehow it didn't go in the back of the net, but you know, it is what it is, and it's a corner. Last seconds of the game. Are we going to concede? That would not be a good thing to do, but Badkey has the ball. But it should be a chance, because they don't do kickoff highlights or end of match highlights. This has to be a real chance. Badkey running down this left side. He's been quite superb. Oh, well, it is. Nothing happened there. And it's 1-1. Finishes 1-1. Not the end of the world. An away point. Fairly good performance. No one stood out, really. No one stood out. But let me know what you think of that. I'm fairly happy with a point, even though it's against one of the poorer sides. Looking at the league, there's no one who is expected to absolutely run away with this. Everyone is quite close together. So right then, guys, so that's really good. So good point there. We're in 6th in that middle zone, and we will come back probably in this sort of area here, so we have a little better idea of where we are, what we're doing, all that sort of fun stuff. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, hit that like button. Please subscribe if you're new. Let me know what you think of the transfers. Who do you think is going to be the main man after watching that? And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.